I actually recorded and edited an entire podcast episode about what we're going to do this school year, our curriculum, our schedule. I spent hours working on this episode, and then I deleted it. We started the school year and tried to follow the plans I had made, and I realized that we needed to do things completely differently, and I needed to change my entire mindset and our approach to homeschool. I'm going to tell you all about it in this episode of Homeschool Broadcast. Hello, my friends. It's Jenny Province. I'm an Emmy Award-winning broadcaster turned homeschool mom, and I am here to give you confidence and motivation to homeschool. So as mentioned, I had to trash the episode I was going to post for today because it didn't work anymore. Everything has changed in the last 48 hours, and it no longer worked. It no longer applied. So I'm starting all over. And it's very late at night because I made a commitment to post an episode every Wednesday morning. And Wednesday morning is just a few hours away. So first of all, let me give you an update on what's going on with us. I have a new podcast studio. I'm no longer podcasting in my bedroom closet. We are moving up in the world. We have this cool little storage room space that we are transforming into a podcast studio. I spent several hours putting up foam all over the walls to absorb the echo, the sound, the reverb, and my cute little girl helped me do it. We listened to an audiobook while we worked, which was A Little Princess. It was really special and a fun memory. The studio's not quite finished, but it's getting there, and I'm so excited. I've always dreamed of having a podcast studio in my home. It's been on my vision board. I've prayed for it, and I believe God is in the business of making dreams come true. So I am so thrilled and grateful to have this space in our home. When I was a kid, before podcasting existed, I used to pretend like I had my own radio station, and I would record myself on the radio playing oldies like the Beach Boys or current hits by Ace of Base. And of course, this was back on cassette tapes. So, wow, time goes fast and I'm getting old. So that dates me a little bit, but I'm just pumped. It's so cool to see your childhood dreams manifested. Next, our son is getting baptized this weekend. We are so excited that he has chosen to follow Jesus. It's going to be a very special time with friends and family. I took a few weeks off from my doctoral program because I just needed to recalibrate and get our home in order, and it's been a good little break. But I'll start up again next month, and I'm looking forward to it. Also, our co-op started back up. Shout out to my besties out there. It is so fun to go back, and our kids are taking amazing classes. They get to see their friends. They are not missing out on anything by homeschooling, and I am so pleased with this wonderful organization that we're part of. My husband's actually on the board. He's the first dad ever. It's been so fun to watch him become a total convert to homeschooling, to go all in and show that cool, hot dads can homeschool and be on co-op boards too. That's my man right there. Our other classes have started up too. Our kids are doing music class and PE class. And, of course, lots of sports and activities with church. It's all good stuff. Okay, now I'm going to tell you why I had to re-record this episode. But I'm going to start with a story. I'm going to take you back to college. Now, let me just give you a little glimpse into my personality. Maybe you can relate. I am a recovering perfectionist. I've just recently realized that I have been in fight or flight or a state of anxiety for most of my life. I was a very intense student, always trying to get A's, and I was just anxious all the time about it and going at full speed with no brakes. When I was in college, I heard this quote that really helped me. It was, "Do your part, do your best, then let go and let God do the rest." This quote helped me so much. Before I would take a test in the testing center in college, I would say a prayer and then I would repeat this phrase to myself. And it took the pressure off a little bit. I would outsource a bit of my stress and the outcome to God. So, this past weekend at church, a woman gave a talk and she applied a similar concept to parenting. And it really resonated with my husband and me. She talked about how she did her best. She raised her kid the best she could. She taught him everything, and he still went, we'll say, wayward. He went different directions than she had hoped and anticipated. And she finally realized that she kind of had to let go and leave him in the Lord's hands and trust in the Lord that he would take care of her son and bring him back. So we have a child whose brain works very differently than ours. He's an amazing kid, but he has been a challenge nearly every day for the past several years. And we have gotten a lot more gray hairs. And of course, we've been praying about what to do with this kid. He learns differently. He sees the world differently. He has unlimited energy, and he processes emotions very differently. So on Monday, we had planned to start the first day of homeschool. I had decorated and I made this cute schedule and all these plans. I cooked this yummy breakfast. And I had envisioned that my kids would just waltz down the stairs with these big smiles on their faces, that they would smell the bacon and see the decorations and say, "Mom, you're the best. I'm so excited. Thank you for waking up early and cooking for us and decorating. I'm so excited for homeschool." And well, pretty much the opposite happened. It was a total disaster. They came down grumpy. They did not show any gratitude, and nothing went as I had pictured. We love that quote from the movie Hitch. I saw that going differently in my mind. There was fighting and arguing and tears, and it just drained me. I love homeschool. I'm passionate about homeschool. I know it's God's will for our family. I know it's what's best for our kids and what's best for me, but I felt like a failure. That evening, my husband and I counseled and prayed together, and finally, we started to have this paradigm shift. We realized that we were trying to control everything and force on our children a system and a schedule that we have consistently tried and tested for years, and it just hasn't worked. Our schedule and our approach very much resembled the public school system. We were basically doing school at home. And that's the thing that we grew up with. That's what we thought school had to look like. So what if we thought outside the box? What if we flipped it and did everything almost completely opposite of what we were doing? We started to feel a burden lifting. And Adam reminded me of that mother's talk on Sunday about giving it to God. And then I remembered that quote, "Do your part, do your best, then let go and let God do the rest." I realized that I needed to trust God more than I was. As parents, we are responsible to teach our children, to love them, to provide a safe, happy, loving environment. But it's not our job to control our children or every outcome. So today we did things differently. We shook it up. We moved our kids' school desks out of our cute little classroom and put them in their bedrooms. And they were so excited. And then today we applied more of an unschooling approach with more going with the flow and following our interests. And it felt so much better. It's only been a day and I'm still figuring this out, but I felt lighter and freer and happier and less anxious. There was no fighting, no tears, no arguing. It was blissful. I realized I need to trust that everything is going to be okay, and I don't need to approach homeschool with so much anxiety. I will keep you posted as I document our journey in the future. Everything I had planned has been canceled. Okay, not everything. Just kind of the curriculum that I had planned. We're going to shake it up a little bit and change our schedule around. I don't have anything scheduled in the mornings. That's when we are going to read and play and have fun and learn together. And then almost every afternoon we have an activity. So Mondays is co-op. Tuesdays we go to a STEAM class at the library. My daughter wants to take gymnastics. We might be doing that on Tuesday nights. Wednesdays, we have music class and sometimes a church activity. Thursdays, we have a PE class for homeschoolers. And Fridays, we might go on a field trip in the afternoon. One thing I'm thinking of doing is on Friday mornings, the 3 S's: science, social studies, and service. So we may kind of rotate those things, but I definitely want to incorporate a regular service project each week into our homeschool. So we'll start working on that. And then on Saturdays, we, of course, do family things. We do chores, we do sports, and my husband tries to give me some time to work on my doctoral classes. And on Sundays, we worship, go to church, go on family drives, spend time with people. So that's what a typical week looks like. I love that our schedule is so flexible. We can go on family trips whenever we want. And of course, it's better to travel in the off season when the weather's better and the prices are better and it's less crowded. Perk of homeschool. Before this, I was feeling stressed and overwhelmed about the coming school year, but now I feel peaceful and excited and liberated. Now, your family's different and your homeschool approach may look completely opposite of ours. And honestly, my whole vision of how we do homeschool just literally transformed in the last 2 days. But I'm approaching this with more understanding that we're not doing this alone. God is co-educating and co-parenting alongside us. The burden is not all on us. He loves our children even more than we do. He will always be with them their entire lives, and He will never leave them or give up on them. So even if they don't turn out the way that we want them to or we envision them to, they are going to be okay, and they are in the Lord's hands. So I've decided I'm going to continue to teach my kids as much as I can while they are under our roof. But it doesn't always have to be in a formal lesson setting at a desk. I'm going to love them as much as I can, but I don't need to feel the pressure I was putting on myself to parent them perfectly. God will make up for any gaps or flaws in our parenting. We're doing the very best we possibly can while trusting in the Lord with all our hearts. It's okay to let your homeschool approach change and evolve to best fit your family, your child, and yourself. You need to feel good too. Homeschool shouldn't be painful or drudgery. It should be joyful and fun most of the time. Don't be afraid to adjust and try new things. Simplify if you need to. I'm starting to believe that if you're not having fun, you're doing something wrong. Of course, there's time for work and there's time for play, but learning should be enjoyable. Do your part, do your best, then let go and let God do the rest. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not unto your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will direct your paths. If you feel like homeschool isn't working or it's burdensome, I would recommend a couple books. Read Teaching from Rest, A Homeschooler's Guide to Unshakable Peace by Sarah Mackenzie, and check out books by John Holt. Pray always for the Lord to guide you in this important and sacred experience of homeschool. If you enjoyed this episode, please click follow or subscribe to never miss an episode. I will eventually get our Instagram going, so join me there at Homeschool Broadcast. I'm going to start sharing some of the 5-star reviews that I appreciate so much. This one comes from Danielle. She said, I'm loving this podcast. Jenny is super easy to listen to, and I love that she brings real studies in as well as her personal experiences. I like that the episodes are on the shorter side as well. I can relate to a lot of what she's saying. Excited to hear more. Thank you so much, Danielle. If you would like to be featured on the show, leave a 5-star review. Thanks for ditching school with me. I'm Jenny Province, signing off.